now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Tanja Sadowski, and I'm the program coordinator for the Global Engagement Department here at the Community Solution Education System. I am very excited to have you join me today for International Education Week and a presentation on our Global Distinction Program. Before we get into the presentation, a little bit about International Education Week. International Education Week is a time that we take each year to recognize and celebrate the benefits of international education and global exchange. A joint initiative of the U.S. Department of State and the U.S. Department of Education, universities and institutions around the world are encouraged to create and participate in events around International Education Week that promote global initiatives. If you've not been able to join us this week, or even if you have, here's a little review of what we've had this week. On Monday, we had interdisciplinary approaches to the study abroad experience, innovations, impact, and inspiration. On Tuesday, we had a presentation, Ubuntu to Aloha, ECCE's Global Playbook for Connecting Cultures, Care, and Well-Being. On Wednesday, we had a dynamic student panel on the study abroad experience. On Thursday, we had a presentation on Educate to Empower E-Academy, Breaking the Cycle of Poverty Through Education. And today we have this presentation, a Global Distinction Program overview. And then after this, we have a panel of students who are presenting on what it means to be a global citizen. And these are all students who've also either completed Global Distinction, have earned that award, or are currently going through that. So if you have not been able to join us but are interested in any of these, all of these sessions are recorded and are on our YouTube playlist. So please take a look at that. And also, we are having an opportunity for everybody to share music around the world from your travels, maybe from places you've lived internationally, or any international music that just inspires you, makes you feel good, that you want to share. And we will put that in the chat for you to share. It is on Spotify. You do not need to pay for Spotify. You just have to create an account, and you should be able to contribute to that playlist. The link to that will also be included in the follow-up email that all registrants for today's presentation will get following this presentation. So a few tips before we begin the presentation. Please do mute yourself throughout the presentation. Feel free to use the chat box and reactions throughout. My colleague Hannah Moss is going to be here answering any questions in the chat as needed. So she is my chat bot today. We will have a lot of time for questions and answers with me at the end. We do also request your patience with technology. We promise to do our best. Should there be any issues at all, like I mentioned, all presentations are recorded and available on our YouTube playlist after the session. And without further ado, here is the Global Distinction Program overview. I'm going to stop sharing this presentation and start sharing a different presentation. Give me one moment to pull that up. Okay. So, global distinction. Global Distinction is an initiative through the Global Engagement Department at the Community Solution Education System. A little bit about it. Global Distinction bestows honorable recognition to students for their commitment to a global perspective. It's an opportunity for students to show their commitment to global engagement through participation in a regimen of international courses and events. Participation in the program provides one way for a student to actively contribute to the shrinking of cultural divides by learning to understand themselves in the context of the world today and to use this knowledge to effectively engage across diverse cultures. The recognition is awarded in three ways. First, when you earn this distinction, you will be awarded or honored at your commencement. You will be awarded a graduation cord from your institution to wear at commencement, and the term global distinction will be notated on your official transcript upon graduation. The To graduate with this distinction, the Global Distinction Program asks students to complete a portfolio to showcase your experience. The portfolio consists of three components: experience, academic, and a final project. The experience component asks you to attend and complete a reflection for four of any of the following. You can do a combination of any of these, but you have to do four of them. Participate in our bi-monthly Globe Talks. You can do this either by attending them live in person when they are being held or by viewing them on our YouTube channel. Attend webinars on international topics. This can be a webinar hosted by your respective school or even an outside webinar that you attend as long as you are adequately able to complete the reflection. Activities with a global focus sponsored by the community solution community, such as micro-credential programs, working with international NGOs, or doing domestic work that supports an international effort. So again, you can do any of those, any combination of those, as long as you do four. You can do four Globe Talks, four webinars. You can do two and two. We can do one of each. However you want to do it, as long as you complete four and complete the reflections. The academic component asks you to choose one of the following. Complete a course that includes international engagement. We encourage you to speak with your advisors at your institution to find options for courses you think that may qualify and bring them to your program advisor along with the syllabus to verify it meets the requirements. Complete a study abroad or field experience program. Less than 2% of students in the US participate in study abroad. Let's increase those numbers. Get out, go travel, see your advisors, your deans at your schools about your study abroad opportunities. You can also conduct international research. Just remember that you have to notify the global engagement team once you have completed that requirement so it can be checked off the list if you do international research. So you want to make sure that you want to choose one of these and let us know once that has been completed. The final component to the portfolio is your final project. This is a capstone paper on the impact of global exposure in one's educational journey and the application of this in current and future professional activity. The maximum length of the capstone is 5 pages. Do not exceed the 5 pages, please. It must include references in APA format. That's very important. We do very closely read these and make sure they are in the correct format. And you do need to submit the final project through the global portal. The final project is reviewed by a committee and is either approved or sent back with some suggestions for edits so that you can make those edits and resubmit that for completion. In order for the distinction to be awarded, once the entirety of your portfolio is completed and reviewed and given the green light, the distinction is honored. We do reach out and work with the registrars at all of our institutions to let them know who has completed the distinction and asking them to ensure that it is noted and honored at commencement and on your final official transcript. So, how does this work? First and foremost, you have to enroll, you have to apply. You would need to visit the global portal, and there will be a demonstration shortly on this. Visit the global portal application for your specific school, select Apply Now, and submit an application. Your application will be reviewed by university administrators, and after that review, you will be notified via email and prompted to complete the next steps in the portal. Get engaged. Participate in international academic activities and experiences that we had mentioned. Get involved, study abroad, Globe Talks, webinars, those kinds of things. Do those requirements. And the final project. Develop a final project, a final capstone paper, applying global engagement concepts that we had touched upon earlier. Your portfolio, complete all of those requirements in the global portal and upload them and redo your reflections in the global distinction application on the global portal. And then finally, as I mentioned, the distinction is awarded based on committee review and it is awarded upon completion and you get that recognition at commencement and graduation. Application deadlines to allow sufficient time for review. The community solution has deadlines for the initial application through the global portal and for documents to be turned in. The application can be completed as late as the student's final semester, but must be submitted by the deadline to allow for sufficient time for the committee to review all of the required materials. So, as an example, if your final semester is this fall, right now, the application deadline was October 1st. And in order, that's when you have to just make sure your application is in the portal and started. All of the documents, your full portfolio, your experiences, your academic, your capstone, the deadline for all of that would be November 1st. In the spring, your application deadline, if you're graduating in the spring, that application deadline is March 1st. And April 1st is when we would need all of the application materials, academic experience, and capstone in the global portal for review. And then if you are going to be a summer graduate, the application deadline is June 1st, and all of the documentation, all of the requirements need to be in the global portal by July 1st. A couple of resources for you. The Global Portal application, I will be doing a demonstration on how to apply for that using that Global Portal in just a few seconds. But also want to note our Engage email. If you have any questions about the Global Distinction Program, please do reach out to the Global Engagement team. Our email address is engage@tcsedSystem.edu. Please feel free to respond or to ask us anything, any information, guidance, help. We're very happy to help you with that. I'm going to stop sharing this and we are going to go to the global portal and share that. Okay, so I want to just walk everybody through a quick demonstration of the global portal and the application process. Bear with me. There we go. So the link that is in this presentation does bring you to this page. This, if you come to the global portal and you can't find this page, in order to find it, you just come to the drop-down menu here under Students. You click on Global Distinction, and it will bring you to this page. We do have global distinction applications for each of our 6 institutions. Please make sure you click on the one that is for your institution. So if you're a Saybrook University student, please do not apply for Pacific Oaks College Global Distinction. It will not match up and we'll have to do some work on that for you. So here's what you would do. If you wanted to apply, let's say you are a Saybrook University student, you would come over here, just click on Global Distinction Saybrook University. Here is the brochure. I just want to go over this. It pretty much mimics everything that I just told you in the presentation. It tells you, what the distinction is and what you need to do. If you come to where it says details, it does give you all of the information on the portfolio, your experience that you need, the academic portion that you need, and the final capstone project. And then the application process, again, it just goes through what you need to do and the deadlines for you to keep in mind. So let's apply. You would click Apply Now. And then you would use your school's login credentials, what you use. So it would be, jsmith@saybrookuniversity.edu, whatever your Saybrook University password is. Mine is saved. So that you would come to the Community Solution login, and this is where you would be prompted to use your login credentials. Slowly today. Oh, so here, of course, if that pops up, you would select what term you are looking for. So right now, the 25-26 global distinction term is what you would be applying for. That is the year, the fiscal year that we are in right now. And then it will take you to the actual application for Saybrook. It's really straightforward. You can scroll down and see what you need to do, but let's go ahead and click Get Started and let's complete an application. This first part is just a notice of personal data processing and request for consent. Just gives you some, overviews of what your sort of rights are and your participation, what you're consenting to. Please read this so you know what the expectations are from this perspective. It's long. All you have to do is click sign. You do not have to fill anything out on this, but by clicking signing, That means you are agreeing to what it says. So the next one is, when do you plan to complete your distinction requirements? So you type in a date and say, okay, I plan on completing everything by July 1st. Great. Interest, please write a short essay. I'm just going to write because I want to. I want to have this. Um, but please do something a little bit more, in that. So we really do understand why you are interested in the Global Distinction Program and that. You can put up to 4,000 words in there. You don't have to. Just let us know what you're interested in. Here, you do have to confirm that you are in good standing with your institution. That means both academic and financial. Um, if you're not sure, please check with your institution to find out and confirm that you are indeed in good academic and financial status. Confirm that. You click done. And then when is your expected graduation date? So your expected graduation date, I said I will be done by July 1st. So I'm going to be graduating August 14th. You put that in there. Click done. Okay. All right. It seems to be taking its time here. Hmm. Okay. Technical difficulties. 4 out of 5. Yes. Okay, that was it. Okay, so I did not hit done. Please note, you have to hit done after you complete each of those requirements. I'm actually glad that happened. Once you complete all those and you hit the last done, this will pop up. So that means you have completed all of the current requirements for the application and it's ready to be submitted to our office. All you have to do is submit your application. Once that is done, the successful pre-decision application was submitted on this day. We will get a notification or we will see that you have applied, and then we will come in and read all of your initial application materials. And once we confirm that you are indeed in good standing, that you are going to have a graduation date that is far enough out that you will be able to complete the requirements, and you've noted that, and that we see what your interest really is. Once we see all of that, we will accept you into the program. And once you are accepted into the program, you'll get an email from our Engage email, from the portal actually. It might come from the Engage email, but it'll say, "Hey, congratulations, you have been accepted. Please complete the following requirements." And then you just have to go in and complete the reflections for your academic, or not actually for your experience. So that's the Globe Talks, the webinars, working with an NGO. You have to confirm with us that you completed the academic portion, whether it's taking a course or studying abroad, and then submitting your final capstone paper. So once you're accepted, I can't show you that because I haven't been accepted yet, but once you're accepted, you will get an email saying that you've been accepted and to complete the requirements. And you can do them in any order, of course. Just get them all in before the application deadline that pertains to your graduation date, so your term. So if you're graduating in spring, get those in. Get this done by I think it was May 1st or April 1st, by if you're a summer grad, July 1st, and if you're a fall grad, November 1st. So I am going to go ahead and stop sharing. I really hope this was helpful. I am now open to questions. So if anybody has any questions for me. Excellent. Okay. Cheryl, I applied and was accepted in the program over a year ago. Graduation expected 2026. Do I need to reapply? No, you do not. If you have applied, you are in the portal. You can reach out to us at the Engage email, so we can confirm that we have you in there, and just let you know what you need to do. So please, you do not need to reapply. You just need to complete the requirements. It's a great question, actually. Yes, please email us at engage@tcsedsystem.edu. Um, there are any other questions. I strongly recommend this. If I had had this when I was in, college or grad school, I absolutely would have done this. It really shows that you are committed to being a global citizen and engaging with the international community. And it looks really good for your future endeavors. And it opens your world to and maybe exposes you to cultures and experiences that you wouldn't otherwise, be prompted to go after or to experience. So, strongly recommend partaking in this process. And just I can't stress it enough how wonderful this is. I do also recommend watching our next webinar that's coming up, our next Zoom meeting, because you will be hearing from Global Distinction students, both those who have earned it and who are in the process of going through to earn the distinction, and how they have used this and how it has helped them become a global citizen. So. If there are no other questions, I know this was a quick overview. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've gotten something out of it. And I really hope all of you who are on here who have not already signed up for Global Distinction do sign up for it. Tell your classmates, tell everyone. Let's get a lot of those distinction honor cords at graduation, at commencement, over the next few years. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Again, if you have any questions, email us and don't forget to add to our Spotify playlist, so that we can hear the music from your travels, your experiences. Thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of your week, and a happy Thanksgiving to everybody who celebrates Thanksgiving. Bye, everybody.